Did you see the documentary?
The documentary.
It's about to blow shit up. I have never shared my story just because I'm one of those people, like, where I leave something, I leave it. I cut it out of my life. And they approached me. They did ask me to be on the documentary. I agreed, but under the agreement that I would be anonymous. I do think it's important that people share their story to make everyone feel that they're not alone. It was and anybody who's sold will know, and I'm sure there's plenty of people here, anybody who's sold will vouch that it was a very different experience. It was, for some people, borderline abusive. And I think it's important for people who are still feeling a kind of way or having anxiety over it or suffering from it, I think knowing that they weren't alone will help, which is why I wanted to share my story, but anonymously, because I didn't want it coming back to me, because I'm done with that chapter of my life. I'm thankful for what it provided, and I'm no longer angry about it. You know, it is what it is.
Come to terms with it.
Yeah, and I'm okay. It is what it is. You know what I mean? So, just to give you, I'm not going to go on, like, all forms of social media and blast them or anything. It's just, I wanted it to be a private kind of thing, just so that, again,
kind of let people know what was going on without.
Right, because it was very different, because I was a top seller. So top sellers have a very different experience than somebody who was a mentor. And top sellers had a very different experience than smaller sellers. And I think all variations of it should be shared. The smaller sellers suffered because they didn't have the proper funds to be buying 500 boxes of Noir, right? And then some people got special treatment when they ordered Noir before it even came on the website.
Some people lost it and then got to order. You know what I mean? Like,
it was just different. Right. So there was and then, like, being a top seller was difficult because everybody thought you had a priority, and I had nothing.
None.
They didn't like me because I got suspended once for saying that I didn't learn anything at leadership. They suspended me and told me that I would need to fly out to talk to them. And I got a lawyer involved. But anyway, that was dropped very quickly after I got a lawyer involved. But I think it was just a very different experience for everyone. I talked to some people who had a great experience with them, and I'm glad they did, because I don't want anybody harboring any feelings. You know what I mean? I don't want anybody feeling crappy or being angry still. They owe people thousands of dollars, and it is what it is. But I'm excited to kind of see what other people's experiences were.
Yeah,
and I think that it's important to remember. I want to see people that I know on there, to see if they're sharing their experience in a truthful manner, because they're talking about events that I was personally at, in rooms that I was personally in with them, and I'm curious to see if anybody's going to fabricate anything to make it more interesting, or if it's actually the truth. And I know everybody has a different truth. I don't know what happens behind closed doors, but I'm saying for things I was present for. It was very cult-like, Heidi, and I think that's why a lot of people felt like it was an abusive relationship. You know? Yeah. So it is what it is, and I'm excited to watch it. So, really do much of the business stuff. He kind of just pops on during the live sales. He helps make the outfits here, and he does some of the tax stuff that I was like, I have no idea, and he pays the payroll. That's all he really does for the business, because he actually works as a DOD employee. He does work virtually, but he does go on base, obviously, still for his required time on base.
That's right.
Anyway, I'm the owner. We've had JJRae for about almost 3 years now. Yeah, 3 years. We only did Lula for 2 years. We've had a business for 5 years. Yeah. So we'll be 3 years in November. We launched December, actually, but we actually started our business in November as, JJRae. Not Wearable by Webster. Anyway, that was a terrible name. He made it up. He thought he was clever. We are located in South Carolina, but our warehouse is located in New Jersey. We have 14 amazing employees back in New Jersey who take care of stuff. They send me product, I sell it, I send it back, and I run everything remotely. Yes, Department of Defense. Yep.
Ashley's, too bad I don't have them anymore.
Fun fact. If you're new here, welcome. Please make why does Matt not leave his job? And one, the benefits are the tits. I mean, working for the government, you get the best benefits. But two, he likes his job, and it was never really discussed to ever leave his job. You know what I mean? If he's required to go up there a ton, obviously, eventually he might have to leave, his job. But for right now, he likes his job. I would never tell him to quit. The only thing that I don't like about his job is that it restricts us from traveling sometimes because he can't take as much days off as we would like. However, to be completely fair, his boss and his job is the tits, and he does get a lot of time off. He has actually been with the government for 13 years.
14.
He's been working for the government for 14 years, so he's been in quite a while.
I'm sorry, no, it's 13.
13 years.
This September 20th will be 14.
Yeah, so it's been a while. So he gets a generous amount of time off, as anybody does that works somewhere for a while. Oh, actually, he has really, really good benefits, like pension, retirement, all that stuff. He's got it all. Yeah. So ideally, he keeps his job there for the rest of his life. That's the goal. Like, he never wants to leave his job. I never want him to leave his job. Thank you, guys. Oh, my gosh. Oh, no, he's 32.
I'm 32. I started on my 18th birthday.
He started on his 18th birthday. He worked at the gym on base. Went from working at the gym on base to working in the paint shop. That's when we were dating. Actually, when we first started dating, he just started in the paint shop.
It was that week. It was the same week.
We started dating, he worked in the paint shop.
I was still transitioning because I was going to the gym.
You were going to the gym, yeah.
That's right.
And then right after we had Matthew,
that August. So MJ was born in April. That August,
he got a job in an office.
Same department, same
and
area.
He's been there ever since.
Yep.
And he loves it.
Fun fact, they used to paint military equipment.
He did.
I bet not a lot of people.
Yeah, that's a fun fact. Did you guys know that? He used to paint all of the military equipment. So when you see something driving by on a truck on a highway,
trucks,
it's stuff that he's painted. And we keep saying how silly actually it is that it has to be painted because it gets fucked up in 5 seconds anyway. But he knows like all the military colors and everything because he used to have to paint stuff. What did you used to paint? Like
more or less aircraft equipment, like anything that went on an aircraft carrier, more or less.
See? Fun fact, he used to come home smelling terrible.
It was rough because it's not like paint that you put on your wall. It's like
smelled terrible.
Heavy duty.
It smelled terrible. He used to have to come home and immediately shower before he held Grayson because he smelled awful and we didn't want him smelling those chemicals. All right, who's ready to get this party started?
I sure am.
Military vehicles, Right now he orders parts for what?
Now I order parts for the stuff that land aircraft on aircraft carrier, the lights. If there's a light that lands an aircraft for the military, we make it. You can guarantee it.
All right. Try to